It's the Battle of Meridian Township. Two very nearby schools participating. Welcome back, teams, and good luck. The Quick 10 begins with question 1. With which of the 4 seasons would you associate something if it was vernal? Okemos Road.
Spring.
Spring is vernal. That's right. Question 2. What is the capital of Belgium? Haslett, Alex.
Brussels.
Brussels is. That's right. Question 3. What American engineer is credited with developing the steel plow in 1837? Haslett, Ethan.
Bessemer.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Clear that. Okemos Road.
Whitney.
Deere. John Deere, the brand name now. Question 4. What is the second book of the Old Testament? Haslett, Ethan.
Exodus.
Exodus after Genesis. That's right. Question 5. What is the largest and most populous city in Africa and in the Arab world? Okemos Road.
Cairo.
Cairo, Egypt is the right answer. Question 6. The presidential dollar coins minted since 2007 all have what image on the reverse? Okemos Road.
The White House.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. We'll clear that. Haslett, anybody? Ethan.
Washington Monument.
Statue of Liberty. Nobody had that one. The Statue of Liberty. Question 7. For what type of fiction do authors win Nebula and Hugo? Haslett, Ethan.
Science.
Science fiction. Nebula and Hugo Awards. Science fiction, fantasy. Question 8. The word very is usually what form of speech? Haslett, Ethan.
Adverb.
It's an adverb. That's right, almost always. Question 9. The Marine Corps War Memorial in Arlington, Virginia depicts 6 Marines raising the Okemos Road.
Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima. What Pacific island? That's right. Question 10. What valuable sheepskin was sought in Okemos Arham?
Golden Fleece.
The Golden Fleece. Jason and the Argonauts. So tied it up there. Look at that. 8 out of 10. We're tied. The game is QuizBusters.
WKAR presents QuizBusters. Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you very much, and we are underway. A nicely evenly split Quick 10. We left 2 on the table, but we split the other 8 evenly. Welcome to the show. Green Division quarterfinal action. One of these teams will go to the semifinals of the Green Division. We'll know which one in about 25 minutes' time. Okemos and Haslett back to join us. Let's play the game, players. You know how it works. Toss-up will lead to a bonus now. Let's get right to it. Here's a toss-up for 10 in control. Frederick Banting and J.J.R. McLeod won the Frederick Banting and J.J.R. McLeod won the 1923 Nobel Prize in Medicine for the discovery of this molecule. Glucagon has the antagonistic effect to this hormone. Okemos Noah.
Insulin.
Insulin is what I wanted. Thank you for getting me out of that. I was having all sorts of troubles. Let's see if I can get it together. Okemos, first bonus is yours. Sarod, you know you'll give me the answers. And speaking of Nobel Prizes, answer these about Nobel Prizes that, in hindsight, may not have been such a great idea. You'll understand what we mean as we move on. The 1949 prize for physiology was given to a Portuguese doctor who used this extremely invasive brain operation to treat mental illness.
Lobotomy.
Right. Next. This German scientist got the 1918 chemistry prize for his process of creating ammonia, but he was also a major developer of chemical warfare against the Allies.
Bosch.
Haber.
Haber.
Haber is right for Tabor. For 20. The 1926 prize for physiology was given to Johannes Fibiger, who incorrectly thought he'd found a species of this animal that caused cancer when found in rats.
Some worm.
I need an answer.
Flea.
Not a flea, a worm, a roundworm. I think you were deciding between a couple of them. Roundworm, a nematode. 20 points on your bonus takes you to 70. We are to a new toss-up question, players. This building is home to 72 metopes, M-E-T-O-P-E-S, which include depictions of the Gigantomachy. The Elgin marbles were removed. Okemos Road.
Parthenon.
Parthenon is the right answer. Elgin marbles, the key there. And we move on to Okemos once again for the bonus. Its chapters include conspiracy, and The Cemetery of the Chateau d'If. First, name this classic adventure story whose title character is wrongfully imprisoned and vows to extract revenge.
Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Is right. Next, name its French author who also wrote The Three Musketeers.
Dumas.
Dumas is right. Finally, give the real name of the title character, which he reveals to his victims as he obtains vengeance on each of them.
Dantes. Dantes.
Edmond Dantes is the right answer. Well done, all three of those. That's a sweep. New toss-up. Professional players of this game include Luis Scott Vargas and John Finkel, who was immortalized as Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Current strategies include Jund, J-U-N-D, which uses the cascade mechanic of Blood Braid Elf. This game utilizes a stack to order Haslett, Ethan.
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering is the right answer. Well done. And Haslett, first time in the bonus for you. Alex, I'll take answers from you. Name these language isolates, that is, languages that are not closely related to any other living language. First, the Hangul writing system, H-A-N-G-U-L, is used for this language, whose two standard dialects originate in Seoul and Pyongyang.
Korea.
Of course, that's right. Next, this language, also called Euskara, is spoken by people living in the Pyrenees on the border of France and Spain.
Basque.
Basque is right for 20. There are fewer than 1,000 native speakers of this language of the indigenous people of Hokkaido, the northernmost island of Japan.
Ainu? Sure. Yeah, actually, yeah. Ainu.
Is right. 20 points. Well done. The players know this material. They're doing so well so far. Okemos with a 30-point lead, 120 points on the line in our first pop quiz. One-on-one action, of course. Players are anxious to hear the letters. They are F-L-I. Everything begins with F-L-I. Arham from Okemos and Ethan from Haslett get us started. To toss or turn something. Ethan.
Fling.
Not what I'm looking for. I'm sorry, Arham. To toss or turn something with two sides so that the opposite or hidden, go ahead, Arham.
Flip.
Flip is what I wanted that time. Yes, next. To waver, quiver, or burn fitfully, like a candle. Ethan.
Flicker.
Flicker is the right answer. That's good for 10. And finally, the act of passing through the air by the use of, Ethan.
Oh, sorry, flight.
Flight is the right word. Good job not saying flying, which doesn't fit the letters. Anushka Okemos and Julian Haslett. To show amorous interest casually. Anushka.
Flirt.
To flirt, that's right. Next. To shrink or draw back, especially as a result of real or expected pain. Julian.
Flinch.
To flinch, that's right. And finally, the title character of a 1960s television series about a dolphin. Too far back for you guys, I'm afraid. Flipper was the name of the dolphin in that legendary, for people my age, series. Captains now, Sarode Okemos and Alex Haslett. The mechanical or electronically operated bars at the base of a pinball machine. Used, Sarode.
Flapper.
No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. Alex, I'll finish it for you. Mechanical or electronically operated bars at the base of a pinball machine used to keep a ball in play. Go ahead.
Flipper.
They are flippers, that's right, just the same as the dolphin's name. Second question. A heavy and hard variety of silica which emits sparks when struck. Sarode.
Flint.
Flint when struck with steel, that's right. And finally, the adjective used to describe such birds as the penguin, Alex.
Flightless.
Flightless birds, the emu and the ostrich. Noah now Okemos and Wai-Jin Haslett. To throw or hurl something, Noah.
Fling.
That's when I needed fling, or a brief unrestrained romantic affair, I was going to add. Next. Lacking substance, weight, or strength, or poorly made with unsound material. Wai-Jin.
Fragile.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Noah, the rest of that, poorly made with unsound materials. Flimsy. Flimsy's the word that I wanted. Final question for Noah and Wai-Jin. The animated 1960s television series depicting the comic adventures of a modern Stone Age family. Noah.
The Flintstones.
Flintstones. That 60s reference you knew. Very good. All right, and I think we started 30 points separated, and that's exactly where we ended up. So we split those right down the middle. All right, back to the regular game. A toss-up answered correctly gets us a bonus. Everybody's in. Conifers are the most common tree in this biome that is thought to have once been totally covered by glaciers. Give me the Russian, Haslett, Julian.
Spruce.
No, I'm sorry, not what I'm looking for. Okemos, a break. You cannot confer. Give me the Russian word for this largest terrestrial biome found mostly in Russia, Alaska, and Canada that separates temperate forests from tundra. Sarod.
Taiga.
Taiga is the word that I needed, so Okemos takes advantage of their break there. Bonus back to you. Name these recent television series that are based, somewhat loosely in some cases, on stage plays. First, this recent take on a Neil Simon classic starred Thomas Lennon as the Neatnik Felix Unger and Matthew Perry as the slob Oscar Madison. And I need an answer.
The Slob.
No, The Odd Couple. The Odd Couple was the name of that one. No points on that bonus. You'll stay at 180. We've got a halftime coming up on our game here, with Okemos up by just 40 points, 50 points turns on every single toss-up question. So a whole lot can happen in the second half. We'll see what does in just a couple of minutes. But right now, the part of the show I enjoy because the students do more of the talking. I do less of the talking. They're going to have a chance to talk about themselves. And we'll start over here with the Chiefs from Okemos High School. Arham is playing the game for the first time. Welcome, Arham. Look over there to camera one and tell everybody about yourself.
I'm a senior at Okemos High School, and my favorite programming language is C.
All right, very good. Let's meet your teammates who have been here with us before. Anushka.
My name's Anushka Murthy, and my favorite programming language is C++.
All right, very good. Your captain is named Sarod.
My name is Sarod Nori, and my favorite programming language is C#.
Okay, and finally Noah.
My name's Noah Burns, and my favorite programming language is D.
Okay, I'm not even sure some of those are real, but we'll take their word for it. I never got past Fortran. In the audience, the alternate, excuse me, he's not an alternate, he's the advisor. It's Andy Floyd, and those are the Chiefs of Okemos High School. You people are distracting me. Now let's meet the Vikings, starting with Ethan.
Hello, my name is Ethan Green. I go to Haslett High School, and I'd like to give a shout out to my yearbook advisor, Julie Price.
All right, very good, Ethan. Moving on, Julian up next.
My name is Julian Lockney. I go to Haslett High School, and my dream job is to be a professional dabber.
Okay, very good. Captain is Alex.
My name's Alex Allen. I go to Haslett High School, and shout out to Jan Shoemaker.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And now the sharpest dressed man in the room, Wai-Jin.
My name is Wai-Jin Wang. I go to Haslett High School, and I want to give a shout out to Aisa Deviraj for letting me borrow his suit.
Okay, very good. In the audience, alternates for Haslett are Ben Humming and Lindsey Brown. The advisor for the Vikings is Allison Dykeman. And those are your Vikings. Yes. Fun crowd, and as I've said so many times, the more fun the players are having, typically the better they do, and they've done very well so far in the first half. As I said, Okemos up by 40, a lot more to play. A pop quiz waiting for us halfway through. We end the game with the 60-second lightning round. Players, let's get started with the second half. We start with this toss-up question for control. Here we go. Considered a part of the Atlantic Ocean, this body of water contains both the Greater and Lesser Antilles, which, Haslett, Alex.
The Caribbean Sea.
The Caribbean Sea is exactly what I wanted. So Haslett, a quick toss-up for you. See if you can capitalize on the bonus. Listen carefully. I'll name a present-day African country. You give the three-word term for the general area it was part of during the age of imperialism. I'll give you a hint. The first word is an adjective for the country that owned it. The second word is a compass direction. And the third word is Africa. Okay, so we're giving you the third one. Let's see how you do with this. First, Kenya.
British East Africa.
Yes.
British East Africa.
You've got the idea. That's exactly right. Next, Ivory Coast.
French West Africa.
Yeah. French West Africa.
French West Africa is right. So for 20, Namibia.
Namibia. Where is Namibia?
In Africa.
I need an answer.
French West Africa.
No, you were not going to guess this one. German Southwest Africa. That would, yeah, you had to know that one. 20 points on your bonus. It's a 10-point game. We have a 10-point toss-up for control. The Mersenne variety of these Okemos Road.
Primes.
I didn't think it was going to take us very long. I thought somebody would know Mersenne right off the bat. So well done. Okemos, right back to you. In which play by William Shakespeare is Antonio each of the following? Obviously a different Antonio in each case. First, in which play by William Shakespeare is Antonio a businessman who uses a pound of flesh as collateral with Shylock?
Merchant of Venice.
Right. In which play by William Shakespeare is Antonio a younger brother who usurps Prospero's place as Duke of Milan?
The Tempest.
The Tempest is right. In which play by William Shakespeare is Antonio a ship captain who saves Sebastian and brings him to Illyria?
Twelfth Night.
Twelfth Night. Twelfth Night.
Is right. 20 points. A sweep. Good job. New toss-up players. Tollens's reagent has a complex ion of this chemical and silver. This weak base causes mercury chloride to disproportionate. It can form hydrogen bonds, but less so than water, since it only has one lone pair in its trigonal pyramidal geometry. Synthesized from its elements in the Haber process, Okemos Noah.
Ammonia.
Ammonia is the right answer. You guys are picking off those key words there. Okemos, give these terms having to do with volcanoes, all of which begin with the letter V. First, volcanoes are named for this Roman god of fire and the forge.
Vulcan.
Of course. Next, this is the opening at the Earth's surface through which volcanic materials issue forth.
Vent. Oh, vent, yeah.
Vent. Yeah. Vent.
Vent is right for 20. This is a small air pocket or cavity formed in volcanic rock during solidification. The word can also describe a small fluid-filled sac in the body.
Vacuole.
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 Not a vacuole, not a bad guess, a vesicle. Vesicle is the one that I wanted for that. 20 more points, though. You've extended your lead, but still a lot more to play. 120 points on the line in our second pop quiz. Interesting set. We should have fun with these. It's two consonants, RH. Everything begins with RH. Arham from Okemos, Ethan from Haslett, get us started. The smallest state in the U.S. Arham.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is the RH. That's right. Next. An equilateral parallelogram, Ethan.
Rhombus.
Rhombus is the right answer. And finally, a small light brown Indian monkey. Arham.
Rhesus.
Rhesus monkey is the right answer. Good job on that. Anushka now, Okemos, and Julian Haslett. The pattern produced in music by the relative, Julian.
Rhythm.
Rhythm is the right answer. Yes. Next. The British statesman and financier who used his fortune to create a famous scholarship. Anushka.
Rhodes.
Rhodes, Cecil Rhodes, the Rhodes Scholars. And finally, an African mammal with a thick gray hide and one or two, Anushka.
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros. When you get it, you know you're right on this category. Sarod now, Okemos, and Alex Haslett. A colorless artificial gem, usually cut to resemble a diamond. Sarod.
Rhinestone.
Rhinestone is the right answer. Just enough time there. Next. The art or science of communicating with words. Rhetoric is the word I wanted that time. And finally, identity or similarity in the sounds of word endings, especially, Alex.
Rhyme.
In verse. That's right. Rhyme is the word that I wanted. Noah now, Okemos, and Jin Haslett. Any of various conditions characterized by pain and swelling in, Noah.
Rheumatism.
Rheumatism is right. In and around the muscles and joints. Next. Either of the atomic elements that fit this, Noah.
Rhodium.
Rhodium is one, rhenium is the other. And finally, a single movement musical composition such as the one Gershwin wrote, in blue? Noah.
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody in Blue is the answer for that one. Absolutely. Noah took the last 3 of those. All right, getting closer to that lightning round. A few more toss-ups and a few more bonuses until then. Everybody's back in for this. In this play, Philostrate tells the king not to have the mechanicals perform. A mischievous character in this work says that he will, quote, put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes, unquote. Aegeus attempts to force his daughter to marry Demetrius in, for 10 points, what Shakespeare comedy in which 4 lovers are manipulated by fairies? Okemos, Anushka.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is exactly right. Took us all the way. We did not use the references we usually use for that work. Some more obscure ones there that time. Well done, Anushka. Okemos, to you, give the Italian term for these musical symbols. First, literally meaning to stay or to stop, this symbol, meaning to hold a note longer than usual, is colloquially known as a cyclops eye.
Fermata.
Fermata is right. Next, the letters DC stand for this Italian term meaning start over.
Da capo.
Da capo is right. And finally, slashes through the stem of a note indicate this term for rapidly repeating a note. The number of slashes indicate the number of times the note is to be repeated.
Tremolo.
Tremolo is right. If you know your music, that's 1, 2, 3 there. New toss-up players. One of its chapters contains a story about a grand inquisitor who puts Okemos Sarod.
The Brothers Karamazov.
Is exactly what I wanted. Puts Jesus in jail. Well done. Okemos firing on those toss-ups and doing pretty well with the bonuses. Answer these questions about actor Neil Patrick Harris. First, Harris played Barney Stinson for 9 seasons on what sitcom told in elaborate flashbacks by a father talking to his 2 children?
How I Met Your Mother.
Is right. Next, in 2004, Harris won this major award for playing the title role in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. He had hosted the televised presentation of these awards 4 of the 5 previous years.
Is it the Emmys? That would make sense. Yeah.
Emmys?
Nope, he was a stage performer for that. It's the Tony Awards, and he had hosted the Tony Awards year after year in the early part of the last decade. 10 points for your bonus. New toss-up players. Give me the 2-word name for the rectangular area along the Mediterranean Sea that was taken over by Israel following the 6-day war. Borders Israel. Okemos, Noah.
The Gaza Strip.
Gaza Strip is what I wanted, absolutely. Right back to Okemos once again. Answer these about the Incas. First, in 1911, American professor Hiram Bingham told scholars about this lost city of the Incas that he had found.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu is right. The Incan leader Atahualpa was held to be ransomed by this Spanish conquistador in 1532, who ultimately killed him anyway.
Pizarro.
Yeah.
Pizarro.
Pizarro is right, for 20 again. This city in southeastern Peru is the site of the historic capital of the Incan Empire from the 13th century until Spanish conquest.
Cusco.
Cusco is right. Another sweep of the category. You know your material. And we apparently have time for at least one more, players. Here we go. One work by this author discusses the life cycle of a republic, which commentating on the Ab Urbe Condita. In addition to discourses on Livy, this thinker cites Hannibal, Haslett, Ethan.
Plato.
I'm sorry, that's not right. Okemos, a break again. This thinker cites Hannibal and Scipio to argue that it is better to be feared than loved, and argues that the title figure should only keep his word when it suits his purposes. For 10 points, name this Florentine diplomat who wrote The Prince. Anushka.
Machiavelli.
Of course, when you hear it all. Quickly, Okemos, answer these questions about states and territories of Australia. First, this eastern state with a 3-word name contains the city of Sydney.
New South Wales.
Is right. Next, this island state off the southeast coast of Australia has Hobart as its capital.
Tasmania.
Tasmania is right, for 20. 3 out of the 4 common cardinal directions are represented in the names of various Australian states and territories. What is the only cardinal direction not represented in any of them?
North. Yeah. Northern Territory, Western Australia, South
Yeah, so east.
East.
East is correct. You figured it out. Well done. There's a Northern Territory, there's Western Australia, and of course we already had New South Wales, and there's also South Australia. Last 60 seconds, players, nothing but toss-up questions. We're going to fire them as fast as we can, get a few more right answers in here. 60 seconds and 10 points up when they're right, 10 points down when they're wrong. You know how it works. 60 seconds on the clock. The lightning round begins now. What is the scientific name for the passage to the lungs, sometimes called, Noah?
Trachea.
Right. How many square feet are there in a square yard? Noah?
9.
Right. What letter do you associate with the vertical axis on a graph? Sarod?
Y.
Right. What was the last name of the two surgeon brothers who founded a namesake research clinic in Rochester, Minnesota? Sarod?
Mayo.
Right. What character's adventures were first recounted in the 1866 mystery novel A Study in Scarlet? Anushka?
Sherlock Holmes.
Right. What insect would you associate with a gathering of quilters or a gathering of... Ethan?
Moth.
Wrong. What city called the Pittsburgh of the South is the largest city in Alabama? Sarod?
Mobile.
Wrong. By what name do we know Wild West showman William F. Cody? Ethan?
No.
Doesn't have it. Thomas and Stearns are the first and middle names of what American poet? Sarod?
Eliot.
Eliot, T.S. That's right. 10 more points for that. You got it. You're our winners today. If I'd gotten out the last of it, gathering of quilters or a gathering of spellers. It's a B. Birmingham is the largest city in Alabama. T.S. Eliot at the buzzer. We've got to run. Okemos will be back. We thank you for watching, and for all of us on QuizBusters, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards are provided by SBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. Be sure to like our Facebook page, and for more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website, WKAR.org.